Sure.
Why are you so early? Oh, that's you! That was legit. I was like, you guys heard it work, right? Yeah, I mean, we'll do a pre-show. Pre-show? Yeah. That's 10 minutes of bonus coverage!
For free!
I'm gonna completely slam my leg against the table at some point, and in doing so, probably gonna knock the table off the stage. So those in the front row, you're in the splash zone, all right?
Here's your waivers. Your waivers, someone please. What does this say? ACRacebest.
It says Saberspark.
Earlier today, we were in the game room. This one fellow had a little bit of he's like, oh my God, it's him, the one and only. It's the one from YouTube, ACRacebest. I loved it because I was like, we had this wonderful build up, and then it's like, I love your videos, ACRacebest.
But for the record, I'll always remember that guy.
Has ACRacebest ever contacted you to sell their stuff?
Not yet.
Automatic air conditioning.
Yeah. I can answer that question. Well, when I was young and impressionable, well, okay, so first off, I do want to say thank you all for coming out. The panel hasn't even started yet. We don't start till 5:15, and I realized, I think after I got here, that I'm like, we have an hour and a half Bronies Red panel. And so you guys ready for tonight?
Noticed, but outside on the schedule there was a typo where it said like Bronies React 3:15 to 6:45. We're like,
so you can, oh my God! Hasbro's here!
Oh, they're alive! They're alive! Oh, Simba.
What's funny or sad is that our we went through those Hasbro videos, and that was a thing that came and went thanks to Sony.
Oh, Sony?
Yeah, the videos got blocked in the US, I think.
Because we used the soundtrack from Attack on Titan. Somebody's like, no fun allowed. And they removed the video.
Yeah. So that was unfortunate. And we're just kind of buying time right now. Saber and I aren't going to be the only ones up here. I'm listening for the collective sigh of relief. Don't know who else is going to be here.
Just in case, if Larson pokes his head in the room, I want you all to move. Like, it needs to be like instant, like almost like an instinct that kicks in.
We were going to do that anyways.
Like this guy. I believe we're going to have upwards of 6 of our Brony Raptors up here. At some point, unless they got smart
and left.
So we'll see. Right. Well, I can tell you that from some of the things they say to me during the footage that I have to cut out. For example, I just got a call from. Does anyone here know who Black Griffin is? He's like, hey, I might be kind of late. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? Are you tied up with something? You got a commitment? No, I'm shaving.
Yeah. That's a person we all need to be when it shows up.
All right, let's get the chant going here. Bring it to the front. Sarah, Sarah, because for anyone that doesn't realize, what about both?
that one.
Mechanical engineer, ladies and gentlemen.
Not a computer engineer, ladies and gentlemen. Where the ironing stain is? So there's literally a mark where this, I guess an iron was once left on the carpet.
There was a dry cleaners convention here the weekend before. Really? Larson. Larson stains.
Ironing out his ego. He's like,
I gotta get these counterfeited bills just right.
oh, maybe I should turn on the computer. So, did everyone see the message I posted on Twitter today about the panel today, or do some of you know? What's Twitter?
I do see a fellow colleague approaching the one and only Bronydanceparty!
So, oh my, look at this, multitasking 101.
I see the new iWatch has come out.
The new iWatch.
Oh, now everyone can see everything. Yeah, keep it paused. I need to close certain things.
Dustykat.
It was a family panel.
Whoa.
$17,000+ charity auction. Just.
That was a nice auction.
$1,500.
Who was it?
Oh, it's 20. Right, $2,500.
How about that?
Wow.
It's just a blur.
So, back to the stuff. People are here. Look at that. Hi, guys. So, so joining us for the first time ever on a Bronies Red panel, Bronydanceparty! And all together inside of the ring. You guys already cheered these guys off, but Dustykat! And welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Ilovekimpossiblealot! You know the best part's gonna be is Gabe's gonna get here and be like, where's my microphone?
We're gonna boo him, talk down the room. It's gonna be great, guys. Hopefully
Okay. So, so we're gonna wait before we do this, and what this is. So, I guess first off, and by the way, thanks for being here early, guys. We haven't technically started yet, but these people are so riled up.
That guy's way too famous to be on this panel.
Gabe, you look so clean shaven.
don't you dare sponsor your Gillette, alright?
I wasn't on speaker on the panel, was I?
No, you weren't. I just relayed everything that was being said.
Dave, you don't even have a beard. What were you shaving?
Skin. My brother Basic is here too, by the way, if I may point him out.
Do it.
There he is.
Basic. We didn't have any more room for you.
Save it for the season 6 finale game.
So on Twitter, I posted something today. It hadn't been announced yet, but it was something that we were seeing if we could get together. Before we play the video that I have here, is there anyone here who has never seen a Bronies react?
Hey, moms and dads.
Raise your hands. Do you guys? How many of you have any idea what Bronies react even is? So those are all the people you're going to see get up in about 5 minutes and go, I'm done. For the rest of you, it'll take about 6. So, what we have here, I've never done this before. This is the first time for a Bronies React panel that we are going to be showing. It's short, but it is a small little preview promo of the coming Bronies Reacts. A couple disclaimers here. I'm right now in the process of Bronies React, what I call the chopping phase. What I do is I go through everyone's footage, whether it's, a cut down version like, thank you for editing your stuff down.
No problem. I know the pain of editing videos. So.
Thank you. And then, or the 2.5 hours worth. But it's okay. And you're going to see why his footage comes out for so long. Based on the clip that is in here of yours. They don't know what clips I used of them for this, but we'll see.
This is the first time this have Jimmy again,
Yes. And again, this is kind of just a clip put together to help you guys see some of the old faces in the React, some of the new faces in the React, and it's very lame. So, only because I literally finished editing this about an hour ago. So, I was literally going through people's footage. Like, KP, I haven't actually chopped your footage yet. So I was like, all right, first 5 minutes of, that works, okay. So yeah, but first off, has everyone been introduced up here? I mean, yeah, I think so.
Just in case you guys don't know, I'm Saberspark, I'm the best.
We're gonna need some security in here.
Chill.
All right. So we are in
Girls, you're both beautiful.
So we are in the first official minute of. Did my computer just? Oh! All right. We're good. Are you guys ready to see this clip? I'm going to drive everyone crazy that's watching this on YouTube because I'm going to post this panel up. I need everyone on the count of 3 to clap, all right? And then what we're going to do is when we clap, it's actually going to cut out what I'm showing you guys in the video. So everyone look back at the camera back there and just, oh, sorry. So long story short, you guys have nothing to look forward to.
Someone's like, I waited 2 months for that?
So it's definitely in the works right now. Editing process-wise, I always like to set a goal for myself, and I always like to not tell anyone what it is, so that no one gets disappointed. So it's right now heavily in the works. It's besides the con vlogs that are being done as we speak, the React is in full swing, so it should be coming out in the next week or 2. So keep an eye open, guys. Bronies React, it's on the way. It's 5:23. This panel is set to go till 6:45. Yeah, but that's it. So have a good time.
Thanks for coming.
No, not really. So what we'll probably do is jump into. Kate, you're so far away from me today. So I think what we'll do is probably jump into a Q&A type session. I don't know. have they done Q&As in here yet? Like, what's the typical process of them? Is it a raise your hand type of deal? Okay. Raise your hand if you have a question. No one's putting up their hands. Well, there's no question. Yes, you.
When's the next one coming on?
I'm glad you asked. Do you have a question?
So which one of you is Saberspark and which one of you is ACRacebest?
I'm the one who's not obsessed over an overrated movie. Captain America Civil War.
You're gonna need a frozen north for that burn.
You have a question?
For each of you, what was your favorite moment from the history of Bronies React?
Favorite moment from the history of Bronies React?
And why?
And a 3-page essay to go with it.
A 4-sided page.
You guys got it? By the way, if you're brave enough to take the mic away from Dusty, I don't mind. Oh wow! Dusty's friend. Do you have one? Oh.
Actually, it's tough because my favorite moment was cut. But it's okay. Never mind.
No, I want to hear about this. Did it involve shampoo?
And lotion, actually, but not in that.
Whose line is over, Gabe?
I actually really liked when Larson was cracking on the song from Immortal Faster Than You Know, and he just tore it to shreds. It's like, did it just change keys? Oh my gosh! That was funny.
I think my favorite part of my favorite bit from Bronies React that I did was this guy got all the credit for jumping a shark. That's right. On his motorcycle, because he made the cut of going from Gabe to just that shot, so everyone thought it was Gabe, and it was me. And I'm like, we go to Bronies React now, and somebody said, Gabe, what was it like to jump the bike over the shark? And I looked at him like.
That was easy, really. It didn't take much.
Military fun day.
I liked it when Dusty wore a dress for Brony's React. He came out of nowhere, just the camera's panning up, and I was like, who's this new reactor to the series? She looks pretty. Oh my god! That's more hair than I'm used to.
My mom thinks I'm pretty.
No, don't get us wrong. We all do. I always kind of go back to this one where when Jaxblade had his freak out, just utter destruction of himself to the point where he's freaking out about what DBZ or TMZ,
some anime,
and he was just hurt himself and couldn't film anything else because I'm like, why didn't you answer any of the questions? He's like, I can't.
Well, I just got a new one. It's just saying you with your shirt off the whole time.
There are other websites for that.
So why wasn't that censored?
What's that? You're gonna censor my chest.
Put on a sports bra.
You asked that last night. How about you, Kevin?
I liked when you were going around with your pink wig and
Yeah, I decided to dress up as G3.5 Pinkie Pie for React, and I went to a park, and I'm like, just have my friend Tyler filming me, and all these people at the park like, well, why is he like wearing a business suit, wearing a big wig, hiding under like tree branches? Like, there's a scene where I take a stick and I'm pretending to hunt for fish, I'm just smacking the water, and you see this jogger running by, he's just like, I'm hunting for fish! This economy is doing worse than I thought.
You have your hand out.
First of all, Saberspark, you said on Twitter that people
they're gonna start dating from this Bronies react?
Exactly. The shirt.
That's assuming that everyone doesn't already. Yeah, so.
Well, he already hates me for getting my footage too late. I guess you'll have to just wait and see on his video for the reasons why.
Dumbledore, calm down. Was there another one?
Yeah, the reason I heard of this convention was because of the video you made around Christmas.
The Grinch? The Grinch one? Yeah, well, I mean, I think most of us will still be around.
If you guys want to do hugs, pictures, or have a sign anything, wait till after the panel and we'll do that.
Yes.
You gotta step back.
I'm kind of working my way back. You with the peppermint hat.
I got a lawn chair in the sink. Go back during Vietnam.
Actually, it was Korea for me.
I was born like 5 years ago.
Steve?
Grenada, yeah.
Oh, there's a lot. It's funny because there's a lot of. This is like one of those like math problems where it's like, well, if you take 1 and multiply it by 8, but then
Why are you bringing math into this? I met Race just on YouTube. I made a video called like something about Derpy, and I used the Fall of Gandalf music from the Fellowship of the Ring. And Race is like, "Where did you get that music?" And I'm like, "I illegally downloaded it here." And he's like, "Thanks, bro." And then we met at, funny enough, like 4 or 5 years ago, we met here at Everfree. So.
even though we met at Everfree, we basically ended our meetup like this.
Yeah, well, I'm like, ACRacebest, pleasure to meet you.
Saberspark, I'm happy to be here.
I like your content. Keep it up. Now we're like,
It's changed a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I met Dusty at that convention.
Yeah, I basically get this email from this guy. This is after Manly's running email. I get this email from this guy, ACRacebest. It's like, what? You want to do what? And it's like, he sends me the video. We want to riff on this, and I'm like, the kid said what? This cannot stand. I'm in. And it's been awesome ever since.
I haven't met Gabe yet.
Was it BronyCon 2013? Yeah, that was my first convention. I was in, some of you guys know I was stationed in Japan. Because of Japan, I was in the Navy. And I was in, Yeah, represent. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. But, so yeah, I was actually in Australia when I flew to BronyCon. It's the longest trip I've ever taken. I flew from Australia to BronyCon. I met you guys at the airport.
the wrong airport.
The wrong airport.
The wrong airport.
That's right. Gabe's like, I flew into DC.
Right. Like, hey, where are you guys? We're at baggage claim. So am I. And then it was like an awkward 5 minutes where I had no idea what was going on. And then I met you guys, and then we drove back in the car, and we got Taco Bell. And then we went to Walmart.
I got kicked out of a Walmart.
We got kicked out of the Walmart because you were riding around and
I was at one of their parks, and they're like, you can't use it. I'm like, I have ADD. Leave me alone.
Well, God, no. It wasn't that you were using it. It's that when we went past the chip aisle, you just stuck your arm out, and all the chips were like, with the American flag in your other hand.
God bless America.
Mary won the lottery. I was born in America.
I know, I think, was it Fiesta Equestria that we really?
I met Saber before that, and then I met you there for the first time.
Yeah, because we'd already been
I
doing a lot of the React stuff.
I made a horrible first impression. He hates me.
Yeah, no. Well, she says she made the horrible impression, and yet she doesn't talk to me, so.
And Bronydanceparty is just.
We're just up here like.
They paid me.
No?
Next question. You go, man.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
One is, did you guys ever survive the war?
Well, we done the inside.
I still feel the pain. So it hurt.
I actually still have the lump.
Newborn Cuties is the Dementor's Kiss of MLP.
I don't know what that is.
Lucky you.
KB, you were in that react, right?
I was, but you know, Saber kept me distracted with other stuff.
Shirtless
Take the picture.
What was your other question?
And how hard was it to, if it was hard, how hard was it to get any
You want to know how easy it was? So I'm sitting on Twitter one day, on it, and I get this message from one M.A. Larson, and I thought I was in trouble because he's like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. I was like, what did I put in the last react to piss you off? And yeah, he came to me and said, hey, so I kind of want to do this, but I feel really stupid asking about it, but I still want to do it. So I said no at first. What's that?
You flip-flop quite a bit.
Yeah, after he was like, I have footage, but I don't want to send it to you. I'm like, man, you signed the contract in blood now. So Larson came to us, and I said, no. Nick Wilde just walked in here! He's surprised like, wrong room. I'm gonna go way to the back with the band on your arm. Yeah, the one that's now looking back. Now the one that's looking here. Now the one pointing at himself. Yes. I like how this other guy just stood up. Okay, both of you. How about that?
The one in the back first.
Just fight to the death.
Those days are over, Race.
How hard is it to determine which is the best sequel or the final cut?
Basically, I just use the stuff that makes me laugh. I mean, as simple as it sounds, there's
Why do you use your own footage?
remember that lotion video you were talking about? I'm gonna post that on YouTube.
The website.
Yeah, no, it's basically that simple. It's
Someone's in trouble.
Why?
The oath must be fulfilled.
it's time for the cavity search game.
No!
Can we get it back?
I come back.
So Gabe will be back.
Gabe will be back. I'll try. You have 10 minutes. As soon as I can. Where's
Don't say it like that all together. It does not sound like Gabe at all.
So for those who don't know, Gabe's actually performing. Gabe's performing tonight in the concert.
Sound check.
Yeah, so he has a sound check to do. That's what we knew it was probably going to pop up. Now you've been standing.
My question is, why do you guys hate yourselves enough to do react to Generation 3?
It was a Halloween react, and I said, "What's more terrifying?" And, okay, but to be honest, when I made that react, I hadn't seen the footage of the stuff we were going to be doing, and I thought that I was going to leave thinking, or saying, I was going to call it out. I'm like, you guys, it's not that bad. And then I got to G3.5, and I was like, it could be worse. I honestly did. I thought it wasn't going to be that bad. I thought it was exaggerated as a joke, and I was like, I'm going to be the guy to call everyone out.
This is the problem with like the season 6 premiere when we saw Flair how we had like post-traumatic stress disorder. G3.5, we've been here
to
to
start barking like a chicken, just like the last time. So yes, that's why. How about you in the back with the jean jacket?
Yes, you.
If you remember, raise your hand again. Okay. Banana Man!
Yeah! He's Horace famous.
I got a question, because I'm Horace famous now.
Yeah!
You had Dusty's drink, haven't you?
Not only did Banana have my drink, but he paid a lot of money for it in the charity auction, and I poured it down his throat on stage.
I appreciated it.
No, actually, he was a banana at the Starbucks that couldn't even move, and the drink was poured on him, and now he's alive. Well, what's your question, man?
We're basically fruit. We plan our plans all ahead of time. But I got a question for you guys about Gabriel.
Well, now that he's gone, we'll say
Now that he's gone, I gotta ask, how do you guys feel about his interests and banana interests?
Listen, I know it's a splitting topic, and we slip all the time when it comes down to it, but when you peel away the layers, all that left is just a fruity opinion.
Appealing question, but how would you guys feel in Gabriel's opinion on banana issues?
Well, it depends. I mean, I was waiting during the Republican debates for them to talk about this topic.
I was too.
All right, how about you?
What is the sound reaction the hardest and longest to edit?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Probably this one.
Well, actually, what really tends to hold things up is when other projects land on top of my schedule for the Reacts. And one of those projects, conventions, because I typically, when we go out, we have preparation for these conventions. I do the vlogs and whatnot, so that eats up about half a week.
And between the 15 showings of Zootopia, it's just hard to find time.
I'm at 15, yeah. I've seen it 15 times.
It's encouraging.
There was actually, I'd say, the one that really got difficult was, I think it was the last Equestria Girls, because what happened was the Cutie Mark episode, spoiler alert, where all the Cutie Marks got their Cutie Marks. So you're saying Cutie Marks? You get what I'm saying? The Cutie Marks are getting Cutie Marks. When that happened, that landed right on top of when I was already editing Equestria Girls, so I had to bump that back, and it just tied up a bunch of stuff, and that was 3 long months of just straight editing. So, yeah, probably I'd say that one. A good question. I see our jean jacket girl has her question.
Yes.
This is a question for all of you. Who's best pony?
Who's best pony? So thank you. I really like Shadowfax. He's just a great character. I thought he was great in Lord of the Rings. He showed us the meaning of quickness. That's line. That's the one. Quickness. Show me the meaning of pace. Fly, you jerks. Rainbow Dash. Surrounded by trash.
The lizard that hangs out with Twilight.
No, that's the executive producer from the show.
I was waiting for Race to say Judy Hobbs is best pony, but Discord is best pony, and if you tell me he's not a pony, I'm not going to listen to you, so...
This is getting
He's a Turconic pony.
You have a question?
Turconic eclipse.
Yes. Which pony shipping fandom is yours?
The Titanic.
Actually, it's the 10:15 airship from Ponyville to Candlelight.
Go on top of the Titanic. Oh, the iceberg already did that.
That's one of the worst.
Anything with Tom the Rock.
Fluttercord.
Judy Hobbs and Nick Wild.
Your question. Yes.
Serious question. Other than Anime and Larson,
Go on.
what determines who's going to be on a particular reaction?
Why did you say other than them, Larson? Well, yeah, he did come to me, and I don't know how he got in. Anyways, I kind of determined it that. Well, I always liked having the idea of having like a core group of reactors, and then people that we could like cycle through. And kind of with like the shift in time, you can see there's this weird evolution we've been talking about with the reacts, where you can see like where the series have gone and who's become kind of a core group, who's become like our usual hop-ins from here and there. There's your Judy Hops.
I knew he was gonna say it. Go on.
Thank you. But as far as like it sometimes depends. Like sometimes we've had people specific to what we were reacting to, and I felt like, oh, like for example, way back when we did the Derpy react, Baldumbo Rat, who did the Derpy voice for a lot of fan projects, I was like, hey, would you be interested in being this? Because you have a pretty close tie with this character, and a lot of people know you through this character, or vice versa, this character through you. So that sometimes it's specific to what we're reacting to. Episodes are a little bit more broad because it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, Discord showed up for 5 seconds, so we should have KP in it. It's like, well, let's have KP in it anyway.
He's getting the right idea.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess that kind of answers that question. And then the one who thought we were asking. Yeah, Celestia.
If you ever did another music video, would you do one called What is Love?
Baby,
I don't know. I can't say yes, but at the same time I can't say no. But it was fun. Unfortunately, Gabe's gone, but he helped me. If you guys saw the Buy Everything song parody that we did for Zootopia, I wrote it up and I went to Gabe and I was like, so I have this idea I want to do with Zootopia. And he was like, yes, I'm in. And I just yes. And within like 3 days, we put the whole thing together. So it all came together very quickly. So. I think it just passed 125,000 the other day, so yeah, it was awesome. You with the Marina del Sol lady. Thank that one.
Okay, this is a question for each. One question for. Okay, this question is for all of you, including you, Basic. What would you say would be your favorite on your personal work? What would it be? Which would be your personal favorite out of all your work?
Out of our own content?
Sorry, sometimes my mind goes fast with my head.
I've been there, man.
No, Tom, he's dead.
Well,
go first.
Was Basic, were you on a British?
Basic's not here. He went to sound check to say that. Now Basic, I think he probably left, but like he sat down and went.
I would have to say that for mine, I think that any of my stuff that, as soon as I started loosening up and did the Octavia and some of the funny stuff, I think anything I did after that, I was kind of stiff on the early ones, but once I started loosening up and having the fun with it, I think I liked
when the
anything I did.
pantyhose went on, that's where things got.
You know, only you would know. Only you would know how that feels. Yes.
It's so comfortable.
Hey, you wore a dress at BronyCon, right?
I wore a skirt earlier today. What are you talking about?
It's just a show about ponies. What's the worst thing can happen? Okay, how about let's see a question in the back. The Rainbow Dash.
Hey, wait a sec. You didn't all answer my question. I asked all of you.
Yes, Saber. What the hell?
God! Why are you gonna ruin our flow, man?
So to answer
my favorite moment, it's definitely not right now. My favorite moment probably was when I always quote Ray he's like pneumonia. How about you guys?
I had pneumonia during that, so it just seemed logical. For me, one of my favorite jokes I've ever put into the React is when it was during the Cutie Mark Crusader episode, and I had to find a clever way to block out something that Michelle said in it, and I realized one thing that sounds very close to not an exclamation point or a comma is a pyramid of Giza. And I was like, hey, so I just threw that in there. So the pyramid of Giza thing, which apparently sold pretty well at the charity auction today. So that would be mine.
Oh, okay, it's my turn. I don't know. I like the John Lance video came out pretty well, and then I have a new project that I'm even like that's even better than that. Will come out in the summer, so you guys should watch that. Yay!
Alright, Rainbow Dash.
Okay, so what is your most favorite episode of My Little Pony Adventure?
Ooh. I like the season 2 finale. Was airing, I was like, let's spoil all the villains.
I loved episode 100. It was just crazy, and it was too crazy. I've seen Zootopia 15, you're fine.
The original Wonderful Academy. I think that Rainbow Dash grew as a character at that point, and she was very self-centered before that. And when you actually see the mirror of yourself and can change yourself, I think that was a bellwether episode.
I think mine would definitely have to be the episode with Rara. Just because it's...
Mine is Keep Calm and Flitter On. So.
How about you? Yeah.
Alright, I asked Gabe this earlier, and I was
He
wondering...
gave you an answer you didn't like, so you came to us.
I said, no, I don't have any money.
How did you guys join the Brony fandom?
How was doing the Brony fandom? Okay, for me, I was doing a school project. I did a video project talking about deviant subcultures, and I picked Bronies because they just show up on the scene. And so I just kind of talked to them. This is where it came from. And this is what these guys are like. And this is what.
And then you fell in with both feet.
You got dragged in.
It's sucking me out. It's just for science. It was like Jurassic Park, but with ponies. You were asking for
Shoot
chaos. So that's how I got into it.
For me, I had a bunch of my friends actually get me into it when I was in a very dark place in my life. And basically we sat down after a very long night of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, the actual rolling dice. It was at 1 in the morning and they said, you need to watch this show. What is it? My Little Pony. Get out of here. And sure enough, we sat down, we watched the first half of Nightmare Moon, and I said, well, that's not so bad. We watched the second half. That's not so bad. We watched all 7 episodes that were available at that time. It's like 3 in the morning. It's like, oh, I have to drive back in the bed. Shoot, I have to be to work at 6 o'clock. I guess I'm not going to work tomorrow. Yeah, but it was my friends got me back into it and helped me from my dark place.
One thing led to another, and bye, Race.
Bye!
I'm gonna go see Zootopia, guys. Bronydanceparty.
Okay, before I did like animated music, I used to do these stop motion Lego videos. And so I did a video on internet memes, and I just looked it up on knowyourmeme.com. It was like top 10 internet memes, and I was like, number 3.
How did you have the time for this?
I have no life. Anyways, yeah, I saw My Little Pony was like number 3. I'm like, that's not a thing. It is. So yeah, then I made a video about it, and then I listened to Alex S like 18 hours a day. That was it.
We all have problems. Anyway, I got into it because. Anyway.
How was your journey, Race?
Zootopia was great for a 16th time.
Did something new happen?
I had a moment, not to interrupt you, but I had a moment at, you were there actually for this. Both of you, Justin was also there. Really? Tell me if there were cookies? What are those?
A fan made it for me, I was like, I can't do it.
They're pretty patties!
I gotta give a shout out. That's my girlfriend, Ashley Nichols.
So what I was gonna say was at BaskCon a few weeks ago, I had an error with a camera during the panel, and all of a sudden I just had that flashback all of a sudden. Ooh, that's how I look. And all of a sudden I'm like, did I even start the camera? And good news, I did. So applause to me. Yeah. What were you saying?
Please clap.
I don't remember. What were we talking about? Okay, how I got into fandom. If you guys, I love Impossiblealot, so I really liked Impossible when I was in middle school and even got bullied for it a little bit. Longer than I should have been, and what people didn't understand about the show or media in general is that if a property is good, if they're doing good things with their characters, it doesn't really matter what the age demographic is. And that was what's really attracted me about Impossible. Even though I was older than I should have been watching it, it was still really good. And so that kind of led me down to really being the animation and media and stuff like that. And so when the Brony thing happened and the Bronies were getting interested, it was a lot worse than, you know, a 15-year-old liking Impossible. It was grown men liking My Little Pony. I'm just like, there's got to be something there that wasn't there before. I'm wearing a Beauty and the Beast dress. I'm funny. Anyway, and then I gave it a chance and I really liked it, and I didn't really start making content until season 3, but because of Discorded, he's my favorite, and that's really it.
So to answer the question about how I got into the show, do you guys remember whose name you were chanting earlier?
Sarah! 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 Sarah!
Stand up, Sarah! Stand up!
Do a backflip, Sarah. Do a backflip.
She forced me to watch an episode of My Little Pony, and I was like, I'm not gonna like this, and I was right. No, here I am. You did this to yourself. There's 2 girls standing up against the corner. I want to get both of your questions.
How come Dusty was the only one who dressed up?
Oh. Dressed up.
He's the best brother.
I got a thing.
Because Dusty, he's an overachiever.
I got a thing.
I thought that was just a common accessory.
See what's below the table? I'm wearing a dress.
I am literally wearing a dress.
I'm not. I'm dressed up as myself on Bronies React. What are you talking about? and then you also had a question?
If you had to be friends with anybody, except the main 6 of the ponies, who would be?
Discord.
We could be friends with anybody from Ponyville Gamers, except for the main 6. Oh, thank God.
Gummy. He'd be a great conversation.
I'd have to go with Pinky.
She's not in the main 6. Outside of the main 6.
Outside of the main 6, okay.
He means the other ones from that Too Many Pinkie Pie episode.
Pass. Time run.
There are other characters. Star Swirl.
I think that I would be friends with Soren because then I'd get all the juicy details. And pie. And pie.
What's your question?
So, you guys seem very dedicated to this work that you guys do with the fandom. I was wondering, what do you guys, aside from this, what do you do for a living?
We do other things besides this.
I'm a vegan.
And he talks about it all the time.
Oh, man. You know, if there are vegans in Ponyville, which there probably are because of ponies, you know, I'm done talking.
No, I'm a mechanical engineer.
I do freelance stuff, and I'm actually a wine steward.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Weird combo, right?
I'm a college student, yay.
I am a Motorcycle Mechanics Institute trained Harley Davidson mechanic. I actually worked at Custom Chrome and R&D making parts all over the world. I worked with all those idiots you saw on TV a few years ago, including Jesse James. And right now I sell Harley parts across the counter. And I've built motorcycles that were actually on the cover of Easy Riders magazine.
It's funny that you mentioned Jesse James because I guess aside from also being a mechanical engineer, I'm also like a racing announcer and videographer for stock car racing. And Jesse James actually used to race out at my track, and he wasn't very good, so he stopped. How about about you with the blue hair?
How much did Emma Larson to pay you to be in Bronies React?
You know all those hundreds he was doing this with?
A lot. I want to get some questions back to the Rainbow Dash. Being held.
I would like to know if ACRacebest and Saberspark can 1v1 on Smash Bros. Brawl.
You know, I played solitaire once. That was pretty challenging. So 1v1 Super Smash, I think he'd win. He'd beat me. And that was your question, right?
I like to press buttons on controllers. And
You know what? The older I've gotten, the more I've realized I suck at video games. Like my 8-year-old self would be like, "You're just more of a failure every day, aren't you?" All right, I see a question from the scarf. You, the Winter Soldier, stand up. You were awesome in Civil War. Bucky.
Has an episode ever made you cry?
Well, whatever Larson's writing.
I actually got decently emotional. I don't know what quite got me with it, but it was the what was it? It was the episode when Big Mac cross-dressed. But no, seriously, at the end of it, he and Apple Bloom had this like moment where they were talking about like, and, you know, big brother, little sister talk, and maybe it's just because I have 2 little sisters, but I was like, that's sweet.
Yeah, that one got me too. That was the point.
The big guys. No credit. I don't watch the show. I never.
KP, any episode that Discord's not in?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Season 4 finale.
Yeah, season 4 was great. I didn't cry, but it was still really good. Like, Discord's my favorite character, so, and he's the one I get really passionate about it, so all these episodes with not Discord in it is just like, ugh. And then he wasn't in, I don't know if you guys saw the Christmas episode, but he wasn't in the Christmas episode, and someone was complaining to the writers, and someone just says, oh, he's Jewish, so, you know.
You with the hat.
Me?
Yeah.
Yay. I was going to ask what the pros and cons are, but the pros will like take too long. So what are the,
And we're at the cons. Alright, I'm sorry, Ross.
Okay, what are the cons of the other Brony members up there? And maybe Gabe.
Well, this one's self-explanatory, so.
Zootopia.
Actually, it's such an interesting question, but
Kryptonite.
well, I was gonna say one thing that's awesome. This is gonna completely not answer your question because I can't think of cons. I don't know, the people that I've met through this fandom at different conventions, through different projects and whatnot, it's so like diverse and fun and awesome.
Those Spartan guys we ran into when we were in San Diego, and they were just walking around having a good old time, and we thought they were hilarious. I'm like, yes, Brony's right.
Okay, first off, don't you take credit for that. I'm the one who said I think I'm
Grace was too busy saying, buy everything. And I was like,
yeah, because the movie had come out in January.
oh, you got me. Stupid. All right, fine.
All right.
But we approached them and said, you want to be part of it? And, well, you approached them and asked them.
Thank you.
I take your credit for your series.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of positives. Yes?
I guess if I can answer the question, the cons to most of these guys are, most of them are really funny. And like, I'm trying my best to try and be as funny as them. So
you are
like,
funny.
I'm like trying, like, that's the one thing, it's just like,
Saberspark has been so long.
We all hate each other so much that we try to outdo each other.
Yeah, sometimes you'll be sitting there watching the whatever you're supposed to be reacting to, going, what would Saberspark do? What's AC gonna do? What's Bronydanceparty gonna do? Oh God, I gotta be funnier than that.
Just imagine Justy has a shrine of all the reactors. He's like, help me.
Yet we all fail in comparison to no acting.
Oh man, let's go with the pony that's in the air.
That's Pegasus.
Sorry.
It's one of the mascots.
Mocha.
Still
yeah, Mocha.
Mocha's in there.
Who is worst pony according to you guys?
Worst pony?
here we go.
Judy up.
Why do you have bleach?
Okay. All right, where's Pony? All right, let's hear it. Where's Pony?
I don't think there is really a worst pony.
Oh, there is.
You might have. I like them all. I mean, the only one I think that. No, I like Tree Hugger. So when I start thinking about, you asked the question, who do I really hate out of the cast? But that maybe Blue Blood, maybe. But maybe just because he's annoying. But other than that, I don't think even like Hayseed Turnip Truck I like. But
even he's like the best character.
Wordy.
There was some people aren't gonna like this answer, but there was like a time span as far as the main 6 goes, where I think it was like season 3-ish, season 4-ish, where Pinkie Pie, I was like, what's wrong with you? But she's kind of toned it down a little bit. Are you drinking bleach too? Got some more.
You can have some of ours if you want.
Diet bleach. I just realized something. It's been 10 minutes and Gabe is still not back.
I know.
I'm just surprised you expected anything different.
When he's like, I'll be back, I'm like, okay.
Do you guys have a worst pony?
Yes.
I'm trying to think.
We're all like, I'll be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of Starlight right now. I feel like she's super repetitive. We already have Sunset. Why are we doing Starlight? We've been down this path with Sunset, with Trixie, whatever. And then I realized I'm getting too hyped up over a show that really isn't really intended for me. So, but hey, I could be pleasantly surprised. He might be like, oh my god, all the princesses, Twilight, Starlight, Sunset, Daylight Savings, blah, blah, blah. They will all come together to form merchandise.
I thought you were just gonna say a day. I don't know.
Can I give a shout out to the really awesome Discord cosplayer in the back?
Yes, you can.
So if I had to pick one like really bad pony, it would have to be because every convention that I go to, I always hear this. It's Bone Biceps because he's the one that went I hear that all the time.
You've ruined my life. How about you with the wings? Well, now that
Guys, KP's answer.
Oh yeah, we'll get
I just have a question, Nate. I would like to.
It's fine.
I was also wondering, ACRacebest, have you seen these Zootopia cosplayers just around here? Like there's a Judy Hobson.
They're in the back.
I see Nick over there. Is Judy? Oh, Judy's here too. Awesome.
I saw a dead rat outside.
I saw some roadkill.
And in the Dream episode, how did you feel about Sailor Macintosh?
Oh, Princess Big Mac.
Yeah, he was so pretty. KB, who's worst pony?
Emily Larson's worst pony. I don't know.
You've had your hand up for a while. Yeah.
So in the Bronies React series, there are a lot of bits and gags that go on that require more than one person. How do you guys really communicate those? Or if someone has an idea on one end, how does it get to you? Or if you have an idea for them, how does it get to them?
Skype.
That's one answer. For a lot, though, they actually happen by chance. And of course, Gabe's not here, but I was skipping through his footage and noticed that we had 2 of the exact same jokes in the coming Bronies React. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to splice us both, basically giving the same lead up to the joke. And so sometimes it's just, I think you had one with, it might have been Little Shy. Someone was making a merchandise joke.
Flashback stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of flashback jokes in this one coming up too. But there's, like sometimes it's just by chance. And I love it when that stuff happens. Other times, like Dusty said, people will coordinate a couple things. Didn't you do something with Jack's Blade in a Halloween React when you both were Bane?
Oh yeah, we were both Bane.
And Jack's like went all out, and you went like $20 at Party City.
Well, I didn't have time to get in shape for that role.
Yeah. You have another question.
I have a question for Saberspark.
Yes.
How long did it take you to animate that T-Rex and Godzilla fight scene?
Oh man, well, I had to go to
1,000 hours.
I'm like sweating.
I have no life.
Well, I went to Google and I just copied a vector of Godzilla and of Tyrek, and I put them onto my legally downloaded Sony Vegas. And I then moved around and roar, and it was over. So about, I'd say like 10 minutes tops, including rendering. And I know.
Wow.
You can do it too. I want you to know that if you try hard enough, you can torrent anything. Especially Zootopia.
Stop cheering. You with the hat.
What was the most emotional animation piece for a fan base?
Lullaby for a Princess.
Remember
Lullaby for me.
What was it?
Lullaby for Princess.
Yeah.
So many
You better get ready to die with Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie fighting. I was like, how about you guys?
Pony.mom was pretty emotional.
Classic example. Same joke. Well, now I gotta come up with another one.
Pick your own videos, dude. Cupcakes.
Cupcakes. No, it would probably have to be like the Massive Smile Project, where like a bunch of people in the family.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was old school, dude.
Yeah, that's really old school.
Oh yeah, you already answered, KP, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Other hat guy. Yeah.
All right, I have two. What's your favorite pony facial expression from the show?
Starlet, or
no,
I got
The Rainbow
this one.
Dash face, where she's just like really frustrated and angry. Do you guys know the one I'm talking about? In the tank episode.
What's the
Yeah.
Thank you. I was gonna say, what's the brat's name?
Strange question.
That killed me when I saw that the first time.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash when she's angry.
I'm not angry. Do I look like I'm angry?
What was your other question?
Let's go to the second episode. Second, depending on how you view puns, what's your favorite or worst?
They're all bad.
Pun?
All puns are bad.
This is the king of puns.
All the horse puns are just the worst.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage.
Enjoy your medicinal marijuana.
I'm telling you guys. So can you answer the previous 40 questions you missed?
Yes, no, yes, flash century, no.
You with the hat.
So, question for ACRacebest.
Yes.
How do you cope with knowing that this is all your fault?
Easily, because that coping just goes right to my girlfriend because it's all her fault. Since we're hitting up hats, how about you in the aisle? Hat man.
That's the way you describe people, don't you?
Because it's an easy.
What do you look
Everyone's
like?
taking off their hats right now. What's your question?
Is there going to be child abuse in this new one?
Only if he's doing it.
What Bernie Mac you watching?
Did I leave that in the other?
Dude, you're watching Brony's attack.
If by child abuse you mean children abusing me, then
I was gonna ask.
no,
like,
thankfully.
It depends if Michelle's gonna be in the next one, right?
Well, that Bernie's attack, you know, that's actually my series. We go to Walmart's and we kind of sneak around the toy aisle. Just baseball bat. All right, next question. Twilight.
Okay, everybody do their best impression of ACRacebest.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to officially announce that my channel is going to be changing from ACRacebest to ZTRacebest. For reasons you might have already guessed.
Judy Hopps.
I spent so much time thinking of what Judy and Nick's babies would look like.
Gotta do a vlog. Hey guys.
I had terrible friends. You got a question? Cadet Redshirt.
Yes.
I was going to ask what your favorite song from any of the series is.
Try Everything.
Favorite song from the show?
Yes.
The intro. Which one?
To tell you the truth, I think I like the Rainbow Rocks soundtrack better than most anything.
It's good.
Every time I'm working out, I just put it on loop. I just let it go. So
That's another song.
I've let that go.
I don't really have one.
You don't like music?
No, I like. I think the song that kind of made me think like, wow, this show's different was the Art of the Dress. That was a good song.
That was totally a copy of State of the Art, just so you know. I mean, it was. In fact, I teased Daniel for that, and he admitted it, so I'm right. I really like the Smile song. I really, really like the Smile song. But if I were to pick one from Equestria Girls, apparently that's not off the radar, I really like Unleash the Magic. That's not the only reason. It was really fun to sing, yes, but it's just a really good song. I really like it.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you guys seen the new episode yet?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
I won't spoil anything. The song is really good in that, but I really like what my cutie mark is telling me too. So. That was the biggest thing that I've gotten all day. Just like, don't spoil it. Shut up.
Mr. Bleach.
Okay, so
shorts.
two, one serious, one not so serious. Does anybody have any secret talents up here, like drawing, playing guitar? I know.
Gabe can do anything.
The guys on the right are just they have all their talents on the table. You guys are just there.
Not all of them. Actually, I do have a secret talent. I actually, for about a year in 1995, was a published comic book artist.
What about you, Saber?
I smack you too.
I don't want you to smack me with it. How about you guys?
For me.
Was this the non-serious one?
What was it, Dave? That's the serious one. Okay.
How about this? I drive demolition derby cars.
Naked.
You have?
Best job ever.
All right.
Did everyone else get there?
I was gonna say I can draw.
I can tap dance. Really? I smell a new genre in the fandom.
And not serious question.
Okay, so what do you have greatest ship of all time that doesn't have to do with any characters from any show? I'm talking actual battleships.
Glad you asked.
Me and myself.
Bodie McBoatface.
The Mayflower is a good one.
Edmund Fitzgerald.
Both fictional and non-fictional.
I just totally shipped the Titanic with Lusitania, 5 ever.
What ship? Those two aircraft carriers that weren't at Pearl Harbor that won us the war are pretty cool. You're Japanese, aren't you? Is Bodie McBoatface an answer?
Yes.
Bodie McBoatface.
Nick, how about Nick Wilde in the back?
What was your first piece of pony merchandise?
A Discord shirt for me. Surprise, surprise.
I bought a Rainbow Dash toy at a Walmart.
This is for my little sister.
No, tell the whole story.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was pretty much living in like conservative land, North Georgia. And I was at a military college, and I was one of the non-cadets living on campus. And actually, no, I wasn't living on campus, but I was in college. I lived with my sister and my brother-in-law at the time. So I went to Walmart and I found a Rainbow Dash toy. I was really disgusted at her mane. I'm like, it's not show accurate. So I went to Google, to DeviantArt, and I found a tutorial of how to cut the pony's mane. I'm like, hairspray. Does Gabby hairspray? Sarah has hairspray. So I'm like cutting the pony's mane and everything. She comes home from work. She goes, Steven, I'm home. And I'm like,
it's for a school project.
Actually, my first piece of pony merchandise you sent me after Stay Brony, my friends. You sent me a Celestia that flapped her wings and said weird things. Let's fly to the castle. Are you a princess too?
Yes.
Hail Satan.
Actually, the very first piece of pony merch I ever got was bought for me by my roommate, Caradwin. He actually, if you ever go to Target and you see the little dollar area, right, they have at the front to get all the little merchandise, they had like little socks, which had all the ponies on them, and he like bought me the entire set. I'm going, what am I supposed to do? Put these on my hand? Because they're like that. And I was like, but they had all the ponies on them, and it's like, okay, I still have those.
First merchandise I ever purchased was actually the Brony shirt that I wore in the first ever Bronies React. There was like a Hot Topic sale, and Sarah and I were there, and it was like, oh, well, I want a pony shirt.
I guess it's official, you know?
So your shirt except different, the one you're wearing right now.
Yeah, this is like the new school version of it. The old one, it's so faded because I wore it to like every convention, every day of each convention. It smells bad. Yeah. What about you guys?
You need to frame it and sell it.
Already went, so it's all on you.
I don't know. I honestly don't. I think it was a recolored Rainbow Dash that was just made to look like my LC. Other than that, I don't know if I have any. I'm a bad fan. I'm a bad one.
You've had your hand up.
Where's your lanyard?
Security!
Claire Corlett stole it.
No. But we're messing with each other, so just ask her where it is.
How about the cookie bearer?
No.
How do you guys like the cookies?
Autumn. They're starting to take effect.
No, but seriously, what is the most profound way that being a part of this fandom has affected your guys' lives?
Good question. That's a deep one.
Yeah. I know your answer, BDP.
It kind of became a part-time job for me. I mean, that's probably, yeah, that's my answer. That's it.
I can go. It really got me in the habit of writing and learning how to manage people because I'm a producer. I basically manage like 40 people to produce my content. It's crazy. And then practicing my speaking skills. Apparently, I still need a lot of practice.
She means improving on her comedy, obviously.
I'm gonna say it was.
I think Race and I can share a similar answer. I won't speak on behalf, but like the coolest thing of all is that I get to meet all these neat and awesome people, you all included. I get to make friends who will be here long after the show goes through its cycles because it's not gonna last forever. So it's so cool to be able to meet people across the world and have shared interests and build lifelong friendships. That's the best part of it for me. Titanic.
For me, it's completely changed my life. Where for years and years and years, I was trying to find an outlet for my creativity, and I never knew that I could be this, that I could entertain people like you, doing what I do, being on stage, doing charity auctions, doing good stuff for people, and just basically being me and having you guys love me for it. And I thank you all.
I have to follow that. I feel like for most of us, it's really changed our lives. You know, for me, it's just I honestly have no idea what I would be doing right now if it weren't for this fandom and for this show. I mean, I might still be in the Navy, which wouldn't be a terrible thing, but you know, it'd be very different. So you know, and now, I mean, what I'm doing, this is part of it. You know, but I don't think I would have even considered voice acting as an option. So yeah, it's been completely life altering.
We had a question over here in the corner.
Really, it's like a confession. My brother has bugged me for months to watch My Little Pony, and I just, are you kidding?
Been there, yeah.
But I will say, coming to this convention, which he convinced me to come. And
You're just like, I regret
nothing. I'll quiz you on the 6 ponies going over so that you'll know their names. I still don't know them. But
Daylight.
But coming here and listening to you guys, you have made my day.
Inadvertently, you just made ours. Thank you. I know you've had your hand up.
Best shit.
I think we answered this like 4 times. Run the sailor to this room.
Variations of it. Never actually asked.
I'm an enterprise person myself. Pick enterprise. They'll pick you up.
Or Uber. How about you? Yes.
I always thought that the Little Ponies was supposed to be for little children, but I'm 80 years old now, and I like the Little Ponies.
You drew me a picture of bleach.
These are specifically for you, but if any of you guys want to answer it as well, go ahead. What is the funnest thing that you have vlogged? And for everyone else, what is the funny thing? What is the most funny thing?
Oh, I know.
That's a Zootopia reference. Yeah, I actually want to bring up, because there's a lot of hilarious moments from. Yeah, but like, you know, across each convention has a different story, and that's why I love making the vlogs and being able to go back and look at them a few years down the road and go, wow, yeah, that stuff happened, including, you know, my first ever convention I ever went to was here in Seattle, Everfree Northwest 2012. But I think the story I want to tell you is one that no one's seen because it hasn't been released yet. Because it happened last night at the Taco Bell across the street.
Okay, can this beat the Lauren Faust story?
No, it won't. I don't think it will, but that's why I'm telling this one. Okay, how many people, just by raising hands, know the Lauren Faust story? Because we'll hit both of these.
The elevator?
That's a lot of hands that didn't go up. So, okay, we're gonna have to tell that one. I'll let you tell that one. Okay. I'll tell the Taco Bell one. So, because the Lauren one will trump. I like how you had to be like, look, there's a better one.
I know. Well, that one trumps all the stories.
Just go into a catalog.
So last night at Taco Bell, it was about what, like 1 a.m.
1:30 or something.
Oops! Only drive-in is open. The dining room's closed. You can't walk through a drive-through. And we're sitting there going,
they're car shaming us.
Yeah, you know, we're like, man, really, really, really would love to have some Taco Bell. You know, we even looked at the gas station across the street, just wouldn't cut it, you know? And I noticed this guy, for some reason at some point during the convention, I saw this guy wearing like a Corvette shirt. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, because that same guy was sitting at the drive-thru ordering. And I was like, excuse me, can I ask a favor? He's like, oh, what's up? And on the intercom, I guess the guy's like, hey, you can't take their order. and then the guy's like, he's saying, I can't take your order. And I'm like, what? And I turn around to look into the Taco Bell, and the guy's there going like this.
True story. True
And I look at Saber and I'm like, are you seeing this?
Race and I are very, we try to be very kind and everything, but we are also stubborn as mules. We're stubborn! And we just realized this guy just threw on the gauntlet, and we were going to reply in kind. So at that moment, I pulled my phone out, I'm like, where's the nearest Uber? Hey, are you cool driving us through a Taco Bell drive-thru? Okay, see you in a few minutes.
So, standing at the entrance of the drive-in, here comes our Prius.
Driven by John, he's this wonderful Jamaican guy, and we're like, thank you. He's like, no problem, man. So we get in the Prius, and we're like, we're feeling pretty clever about doing this and getting to the drive-thru. He's like, Monty, you guys are not the first ones to call me up to get you through a drive-thru.
And that's when we realized that, I guess in Seattle, it's not that uncommon because of certain things that are legal. It's like, oh, people do get hungry at night for some reason.
It went so nice and slow. So we pulled up to the drive-thru, and talk about guys like, we're gonna get back at it, and then they were like, hey guys, thanks for getting in the car. We just were worried you were gonna try to mess with us. And we're like, no problem. So we ordered our foods. I gave the Uber guy a $10 tip because I didn't want to waste his time. And then I wasn't hungry.
It wasn't about the food at that point.
It was about sending a message.
Okay, so here's the ultimate story. How many people here know who Lauren Faust is? All right. Fourth.
Lauren's in the back. So I'll make this story quick. So Lauren Faust, for those who don't know, but most of you do, she's the creator of G4, My Little Pony. There's another person named Bonnie Zachary. Is that
Yeah.
Okay, so she's the creator of the actual franchise. And I'm telling this story first because it kind of leads into this next story and how unbelievable it is. So Bonnie was at Equestria in LA, I think September of last year. And we were walking from the main panel room, myself, Race, and Sarah, and we saw Lauren going up an escalator with her handler. Now, Lauren's one of the only people on the show where I still have stars in my eyes. Oh my God, it's Lauren. Lauren's but it's Lauren! So, and I'm like, oh, I want to shout out to her and be like, thanks for making my childhood. No, I don't want to spill my spaghetti. And I'm gripping my plastic cup for the water and walking towards the elevator with Race and Sarah, and I'm like, no, I will not make a fool of myself, jokingly, and I throw the cup down in front of the elevator expecting it to bounce.
Now, as this is happening, envision, you see the cup falling to the ground. At the same time, the elevator door starts to open.
And Bonnie, who, by the way, this is super important, Bronies, we're gonna make a good impression. This is our first time going to a convention that has Bronies. Make sure we don't do anything weird. Right next to her open-toed shoes, I hear, what the heck? I don't even make eye contact with her. I maybe one fluid motion, fall to the ground and start picking up all the pieces. Like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And the next thing I hear is Race just uncontrollably laughing, and he farted actually. He was laughing so hard.
It was that good of a moment, I figured might as well remember it.
And I'm like, wow, I just made that impression to the creator of My Little Pony. What can be worse?
Now fast forward to BabsCon 2016.
So Race and I, we are up at the top level. That's where
and we're mature individuals.
Absolutely. That's why we had balloons and we're having a lightsaber fight. So it's just myself, Race, and somebody else who's working with the con in the elevator, and we're making our way up to the 9th floor. And between smacking to the balloon, I was like, haha, what if Lauren Faust is on the other side with the... And then... I'd be like, but it's Lauren. So I'm like just instantly mortified, and I like you can see in the video because he filmed it, inadvertently filmed it because he didn't realize his camera is on, and you can see the moment when my soul goes out of my body, and I was able to lose some enough courage to say, Lauren, thanks for making my childhood awesome. And she's been great. And what's funny is like her handler was really chill because most handlers are like, oh, don't talk to him or talk to her. But the handler's like, what's wrong, guys?
Why'd you stop?
Why'd you stop? And we're like, I don't know. So yeah, we leave the elevator after saying, thanks for making our, for the show. And then next thing I'm just falling to the ground, just losing my mind. I'm like, Bonnie. Lauren.
Hello, Mr. President.
I'm sorry, Mr. Trump. But no, it's amazing that, like, what are the odds? And I guess the fact saying, what if Lauren, and then, there she was. It's like, wow. I dropped my spaghetti twice.
And he called it both times. How about your question?
Well, I know that I've been asking a lot of questions, but I actually have a really funny story that when I first got into the show, it was because I was watching the top 10 controversial kid shows.
Yeah?
And it was that one where Pinky was like talking to the rocks or whatever, like she was going to say.
Yeah, Hardy One, yeah.
And also I kind of like discovered your videos and you kind of got me into it.
Nice. Well, thank you for watching our stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, questions.
You also had your hand up for a while, and you're not looking. Now you're looking. Yeah, you.
Yes.
He's like.
I got a question for Bronydanceparty.
Make him multitask. Make him multitask.
Go, just go. Ask question.
Are you ever going to make another video?
Right here.
Okay, so
if you invent a commodity, you're not going to
Supposed to be done. Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Dang, guys.
I think it's been so long that he forgot to make videos.
If you would have been to the PMB contest earlier today, you would.
Scootaloo.
I did enter the PMB contest.
Excluding headcanon princesses and Princess Big Mac. Sorry, guys.
If you ask me about a ship, I'm gonna lose my mind.
It's always the Titanic. 5 princesses, that's including Florida. Which one is your favorite?
Like Princess Diana.
Too soon.
I'm Welsh. I can make that joke. Her favorite princess?
Cinderella.
Mulan.
Wait. Wait. So not from the show.
Favorite princess.
From history.
From any.
No.
Well, anything.
No, I'm pretty sure he asked from
the Powerpuff Girls.
From the new Powerpuff Girls. No, seriously though, Cadence. I just like how chill she was after she gave birth to whatever the hell that was. She's just like, oh yeah, guys, let's go to work.
Horns, wings, no big deal.
Oh,
well, Cadence laid her egg. It was good.
Like poor Cadence, we had to give birth to that thing. I don't know. I like Ariel, but I'm the Discord princess, so obviously my favorite is me. But
All right. So let's see here. First off, so we have 8 minutes left. How about blue hair dude?
That's classic.
You mean worst character ever?
You mean until
But Starlight's not here.
I'm surprised you're not sitting next to that Twilight cosplayer.
Anyway, my question is, other than MLP, what's your favorite Western animated TV show?
Good question.
Gee, I wonder what my favorite show is.
Drawn together.
It's funny because the second you stood up, I had this moment of, hey, we haven't made any Gabe and Flash Sentry jokes yet.
Do you ship it?
So there's my favorite ship. Yeah.
Favorite Western animation.
Let's get shipping.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers was the big show of my childhood. That's where the AC came from. So hey. And
Gargoyles.
I was like, what's AC? Gargoyles. There you go.
Gargoyles.
I love, honestly, God, Powerpuff Girls. That show's brilliant. If you go, I read the original one. I went back and watched the Beatles episode. I'm like, this is so clever. Like, it's so much of this went over my head as a kid. Oh no, I want to check my answer. Animaniacs. Yeah! smart show.
I'd have to go with Invader Sim.
Yes.
I'm gonna cheat and say another one. I really like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
The M. Night Shyamalan version.
I don't watch that one. I have taste, so.
I don't like it. M. Night Shyamalan's like, I'm out of here. What a twist. Dave?
I don't actually watch a ton of TV, but I like Phineas and Ferb.
Also, Angry Beavers.
Oh, and Zootopia. How about you in the back? Yeah.
Yes, Tanu.
So, have you ever like encountered a fan like outside of a convention? And how did it feel? Did you feel like more famous? Did you feel normal? How more famous?
I can finally answer this question. I finally can answer this question. I had
No, he hasn't.
Alright, so earlier somebody asked, where do you work? And I get a chance to answer because I work at a very awesome, glorious job that pays so much money that my wallet is bursting with currency. I'm a barista at Starbucks. So I was working one morning and these three guys walked in and I instantly saw them walking and I'm like, they're nerds.
They probably said the same thing about you.
So they walked in and I was like, I don't know why, I saw the tags. They had tags like this. I go, is there a convention going on? They're like, yeah, it's a free convention. And they're telling me about it. I'm like, that's really cool. And I'm pouring the drinks. And I look up, there's one guy, his eyes go like this. Do I know you? I'm like, maybe. He's like, do you like My Little Pony? You found me. Name your price. No, it was cool. He's like, you're Saberspark from Bronies. I'm like, I guess, yeah, cool, hi. And he's like, nice to meet you. And that was my first time ever, from the 4 or 5 years of doing this, I've actually met somebody outside of the convention who recognized me. And I was like, oh, that's so cool.
I had two funny situations that happened. The first one was when I was still in college. I noticed this guy that was sitting in our eating commons wearing a derby shirt. So I'm like, oh, just kind of strike conversation. And as I was doing that, at one point, we were talking a little bit, and I was talking about a convention that was coming up, and he's like, wow, you're going to all these cons and whatnot. He's like, wait a minute. You look kind of familiar. And he's like, but I don't want to guess wrong. And I'm like, no, give it a shot. And at this point, I'm like, wow, someone's going to recognize me. He's like, are you Saberspark? So of course I looked him in the eye.
How dare he?
I looked him in the eye and said, yeah!
Saberspark.
Well,
awful.
That hurt. I had to tell you that later. But then it's actually at our local Walmart. Sarah and I were shopping and I made a joke about Pop-Tarts were on the shelf and I noticed out the corner of my eye, one of the employees stopped walking. And I'm like, oh, he's going to correct me. Because one of the Pop-Tarts was $2.97. The other one was $2.98. And I'm like, these ones are a penny more. I know where I'm going. And I was waiting for them to come explain the price or something. They slowly were walking up. And I'm just staring at them waiting for something to happen. And I hear, excuse me. Yes? Are you ACRacebest? No? And it's funny because I did say no, as a joke, and the guy was like, oh man, don't mess with me, and he just laughed, he just started walking away. I was like, no, hey, I was kidding, yeah. So My Little Pony, we talked a little bit, but yeah, so my local Walmart, and I guess to answer the question, was I excited or whatnot, part of me was like, cool, the other part of me was like, cool.
I was behind my counter at my store where I sell my Harley parts. And I've been selling parts to all these guys. I've got my regular customers, and this one guy came in with his son. And I sold a bunch of parts to this guy before, but I never met his son, right? He came in, and we do our transaction, and his son is going like this. And sure enough, his dad moves off, and he comes over like this, and goes. I went, maybe. And he sort of like, YouTube? I said, maybe. He goes, Dustykat!
Yeah, goes off.
We're like, damn, this is the guy. And his dad comes up.
Have fun at the concert game.
Turns to me, comes right up and shakes my hand, and says, I love what you do. I said, thank you very much for what you do. And just to tell the story, I'm sorry, I'm going to end on a sad note, but they would come in once every couple months, and I'd say hi to him and everything, and one time he came in without his dad. And his dad had contracted cancer. And he actually died about 6 months ago. And he came in and saw me about 2 months ago to tell me, and that was very nice of him. And he is a Brony, and he comes into the store every now and then. And we took like a few minutes just hugging, and it was very nice that he came and told me, because his dad was a very good customer of mine. And that's the kind of thing that we do for you for anybody. You know, if you have that problem or something, that we're very happy to be able to be there for you guys.
It's really, I think one of the most amazing things, and just so everybody knows, we're just about at the end of the panel, so sorry about everyone if we missed your questions. I still see your arms up and I feel bad. But it really, like, even at this convention, I've had one or two people come up and say, thank you, sometimes to the extent of, thank you for saving me. And some people, it's that you don't really get to see the impact that you can have on a single individual until you meet them in person and they get to say that to you, and you just sit there and go, wow, I love making this content one up, but just hearing that, it's like you just see how much of an impact you can have. And it's one of the reasons why I always tell people, if you want to make content, you never know the impact, the positive impact you can have on people. And it's one of the coolest things I think about this community. I mean, here we all are having a great time this weekend, and who would have thought, right?
No, the internet's allowed us to where our ripples reach farther now, and that, we have people probably who are all over the world and not even from the United States who are visiting with us, and it's brought us closer, and I'm going to be corny, as a family. And it's neat to know that what we do can impact you, and then the words you share with us impact us, and it's just a great, it's a great relationship we all have going on.
It wouldn't have been possible 15 years ago.
Exactly. No, the world's changed and still changing. And I guess we gotta strap in and see where it goes. But I'm having fun with you guys. Not them, but with you guys.
Well, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Well, okay, so I want to make a point real quick. There's going to be a riffing panel happening in a few hours.
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Yeah.
They're gonna crash it. But basically, we're riffing The Last Unicorn. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say The Last Unicorn? Yeah. Okay, it's an older movie. It has Christopher Lee in it, and it's really cool. And we're just gonna make fun of it and poke at it. And you guys all should come because it's gonna be super off the chain. It's not, even though it's not 2006.
Is it
You're gonna make fun of my childhood?
I don't know. Can someone check if it's in this room? Yeah, check if
it's in the other room?
Next room?
Yeah. All right, so
yeah, the other one, the Lunar Room.
Sweet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out. And what do you guys say if you see A. May Larson?